Hey everybody, and welcome this week to the Horror of Salazar House. This is a horror point-and-click adventure. I didn't actually figure I'd ever do kind of like a game like this, but I want to do the collection of games that surround this publisher, the Torture Star video that you saw during the introduction. Because they have a lot of really good modern games, and I want to start with their backlog, their first release, or at least chronologically their first release, the Horror of Salazar House. Now, I'm not going to keep you here too long. All I want to say is that we're going to be going for all of the endings, and we're also going for like all of the like to beat the prequel. You'll understand what I mean whenever we actually get into the game proper. There's the Eliza's dream, or Elisa's dream. It's the night before she goes on her adventure into the Salazar house, and it acts as sort of like a tutorial. And then here's the Horror of Salazar House. Although maybe calling it a tutorial isn't quite that apt. But anyway, there's a journal named Eliza Muniz, and they've got to investigate this house called the Salazar House. They get like a job from their boss to go visit it, and so guess what? That's what we're gonna do. It's like, pretty much the staples for an old creepy ass house. Nobody's been in it for years, and it's got a horrible past surrounding it. So anyway, of course, we don't want to do it. It's not revealed to us just this yet, but we're like a young female reporter. Not that I'm a young male, whatever, and I wouldn't want to do it, but just so that you know the context. But anyway, so it was the boss's voice who gave us that job, and of course we're worried about getting fired, so we're going to actually have to go do it. We're on the Isle of Chiloe, which is, I believe, like part of a collection of islands. It's like in an archipelago, if you understand what that is, like a collection of islands. So it's kind of weird that we're even on an island at all. But anyway, this is the UI and kind of the look to the game. It may not be for everybody. There's a lot of things that you can click on, like these trashes that are around, and they'll all tell you different little this and that things. It seems, of course, like all young writers, you're just like a young struggling writer. So anyway, we have to finish typing up our little piece about the Salazar house. It seems that we have a particular infatuation with it anyway. So that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of it. I never really figured that I would do a game like this, but here we are. These aren't really like my wheelhouse, so to say. We have to look for a journal next, which are, we got to go over the notes that are in our journal. So you can kind of like explore the house. I'm going to follow this kind of linearly because like the way that you're supposed to, well, not the way that you're supposed to, you can explore if you'd like, but like the way in which it gives us progression, because you don't miss out on anything, and we're also going to explore the whole house. So anyway, our journal is where we usually have all of our most poignant thoughts, and that's over top of the toilet. So you can interact with your stuff. There's like a tip, but that just has the controls in it, so it's kind of redundant for me to show you the tips journal. But then there's like this storyline journal. So this tells us it's the home of a reclusive author, Jamie Salazar. So he was like a recluse or whatever, and he lived in Chiloe, and they thought he was eccentric, as most reclusive old rich people seem to be. I don't know if he's old, but unfortunately it turns out that he's dead after his editor had tried to contact him or whatever, and even so far as the gardener has disappeared. So there's a lot of, it's kind of funny to say, but this kind of reminds me of like a Scooby-Doo story a little bit, just like, sorry, the red screen, we'll later see this, but it usually precludes death. It's usually the first step for death, so it kind of triggered a little bit of a flight or fight response. You can see your health here. It's not really poignant here in the like introduction or tutorial or whatever. We also have some other interactables here, but none of these specifically are all that interesting. They're just bookshelves. And these all give like a little bit of backstory about your character, but like not really anything that's that important. But anyway, of course, we had a knock at the door, and now we have a envelope. It was supposed to have our stipend for this job, and also a note from our boss that says pretty much like, I don't care if you're scared, you've still got to go in and do your job. So I wonder if this person that we're playing as has ever did a job like this before, where we're pretty much going to be breaking or entering. The next thing that we have to do is pretty simple. We have to do this teaches you about the interactables. We have like different things that we can do here to complete this puzzle, which is to make us a meal. So what would you think that you could make with a pan and olive oil and, oh my goodness, what a pathetic little fridge. Not little as in the size of the fridge, but my goodness, they don't have anything in here. They even talk about how they haven't even had time to get bread. So now you can open up stuff that's on the side panel here, like the frying pan, for example, and throw it onto the your stove, and then you'll need to put on cooking oil, and following that you can put an egg on it. So there you go, just as simple as that. I kind of like it. This game reminds me a little bit of what's it called, Dark Seed, but not the MS-DOS version or the version for the PlayStation 1, but the old version of it. I don't even know what it released on, but oh my goodness, there's another knock. The first time and the second time that I'd played this, because this is now my third shot at this game, the window was open and we had just closed it. I kind of thought that this person was like a victim, even knowing like the story and stuff of this game, which later comes to light. I kind of thought that this person was like an extreme victim of circumstance, but like after we beat this little tutorial mission, I think that you'll come to understand why I don't think that anymore. But anyway, we have to read our journal, the little second half of our notes. His parents had died in an accident, and so that's what this says anyway. It's kind of interesting, this Jamie guy is actually a writer, and a horror writer at that, which is kind of interesting given that we'll come to know more about the family and stuff. So it's interesting that he wrote horror. It makes you wonder if what he was actually writing was fiction or non-fiction. So, now, so that's enough for tonight. And our power goes out. This is what I was talking about as far as kind of unfortunate things that just kind of happen to your character. At least before you even get into the Salazar house or make the trek to it. So anyway, we should be good to start getting ready for bed. We change into our pajamas, which is something that oh my goodness, I haven't had pajamas in years and years. It's weird to me to hear an adult talk about pajamas. But anyway, so we had a bad feeling before we went to sleep. Ooh, what could that ever mean? So the first little kind of area that we're going to visit is a way smaller version of the Salazar house, and it's going to teach us a little bit about how the game works or whatever. I'm still not super keen on how these mechanics and stuff in the game work. So again, this is basically the Salazar house, kind of, sort of. So if we turn around, this is our grid-based movement. We can go to try the door, but it's got a force field or some shit it says in front of it. So we can travel. The first thing to know about here is find yourself a closet. This is our closet, for example. And you never want to go very far from it. Now, you'll get the notice that something's about to happen. Chills is what they say. So now you got to quickly scan for an enemy. Now, not always are they here. Sometimes you'll luck out, and you won't have to deal with them. Sorry, I've only beaten this one time, this tutorial section, but it looks like they're not around, so sometimes that can happen. You can get lucky and they won't even come to fight you. So what we're doing here is there's an extended room, a room that's built onto the side of these houses on either side, and those are the two things that we have to interact with first. So They have a button in either one of them. This is more of a gameplay mechanics instead of a like a storyline section, so don't worry too much that I'm taking it too fast or you're missing out on very much. I don't want to be too far away from a there we go, there's a hiding spot, a chest. I just wanted to be aware of my surroundings. That's very important in this game. The tutorial a little more so because you can get one shot in the tutorial. Now then, that we've done that, we go back to that hole that we had passed on our way to the east here. Oh, no, we're changing plans very swiftly. Uh-oh. They're to our west. That was actually very loud. I wonder how the cutting room floor is going to look for this. So anyway, we can close the like lid or whatever. You of course had saw the that I don't know what it's not a premonition, like a phantom. I want to make sure triple double. I'm looking left and right as you have to do, and then up and down. The actual house is a lot easier because there's audio cues to tell you when you've like, you know, missed an attack of hers or whatever, like dodged an attack. Now here's what you have to do. You use the key on this. So this was just a little tutorial segment, nothing too, you know, pressing or anything. And now we have the black book, which comes into play in the main story. But as for here, you know, it's nothing that special. So anyway, he says, you know, see, you've finally taken the book. And this character, I don't know if you call this rotoscoping. I know that they did this in Faith or whatever, what they call rotoscoping, and it makes their characters look really, really, really cool. I'm interested to play Faith, not probably next, because I want to do the Horror Star catalog. I don't think the whole catalog's coming next, but anyway, I'm just kind of chatting while this character talks. So this character's voice was, you know, talking through the boss's voice, so that means that, yeah, the person that we were having that conversation with wasn't actually our boss. It was whatever this guy is. And we come to run into this guy later in the actual game. But anyway, so our boss doesn't know the first thing about, you know, what was asked of us at the very beginning of this game or whatever. So, yeah, they talk about how, like, devils can come in many forms. And I guess he alludes to it enough that I can say that this is like a devil or a demon or something like that. And he talks about how we got to like complete a ritual or finish what she started or whatever. It's left ambiguous for now, but if like you look at all the storyline elements after we get a couple of endings, there are 8 total in the game. Of course, I'm going for all 8 of them to show you guys. Excuse me. Not a whole lot of pertinent stuff is like really happening right here, so we can meet this guy in the Salazar house. So we are going to do that. Now he gives us a hint about a room with a hole in the floor, and we have to yeah, blood hole is what link our realms. So it's actually kind of like a very interesting room, that room. I can't kind of wait until we get to see it. Yeah, I'm interested in doing Faith soon too. My only thing has been like, the game has like 3 parts to it, and every part has several endings, so I'm kind of waiting to do that one a little bit until I got a little bit more time on my plate. Like a week whenever I have a couple days off of work would be nice. I of course don't want to inundate you with shit unrelated to the story, but unfortunately I knew whenever that part there specifically came that it was going to be largely uninteresting, unfortunately. So but anyway, we're waking up in the morning. We had a terrible night's sleep. Looks like our power's back on, maybe. At least our alarm clock still works, even if the power's out, so that's nice. 5 o'clock, man. What a nightmare. That's like 2 more hours earlier than I have to wake up in the morning. I couldn't imagine. Although I do seem to get up just as soon as the sun's up, though, so something in the realm of about 5:30. Kind of makes me a little groggy to wake up that early, but you know how it is. Anyway, we're getting ready to head to this house. That was all kind of like a prelude, whatever you would want to call it, to the actual Salazar house that we're going to be investigating. So they're like, you know, our character's hoping we didn't forget anything, and I'm not going to bother like butchering any names, and I also don't really like to just read from like a I don't even know what you would call it, like a board. Like, I hate to, like, read, like, all the notes and everything. I kind of like to summarize it, give you the Cliff Notes version of it, because I can't really do it justice. And I'm not really a kind of guy who likes to, you know, inundate you with like blocks and blocks of information. I think that we can go ahead and skip this and go back to the main menu where we can actually start the Salazar house proper, now that you've got an idea of like what the mechanics of the game are going to be and stuff. So we just completed Eliza's dream, and now we're going to the Horror of the Salazar House. So we arrived to Chiloé to investigate the Salazar house to uncover the truth. So 1986, this is when this Jamie Salazar and his family vanished in Chiloé. Chile, that's right. Chiloé, Chile. Yeah, it's off of Chile, so it's like an archipelago of islands is where this takes place. I don't really know if the fact that it takes place on Chiloé is all that pertinent. But anyway, the family was thought to have just been killed by the military dictatorship that was in control at the time. But anyway, now it's 1992, and we, the reporter Eliza, were sent to go and investigate this house. So I really like the pixel art look of this game. I don't really have very many complaints about this game. We can interact with like little this and that stuff, like the car, for example, but of course we can't leave without checking out the house. So anyway, we're headed forward. I really like the art here, mixed with like the music and the fact that it's a game. It's really chill. So anyway, we're coming up on some things to interact with, as is an adventure point and click game. We can try the gate. Of course, it's locked up tight with a key. Here's like a shed. I think it's like a maintenance shed. You can interact and grab different stuff. We want the flashlight firstly. And then we could read this diary. I'm not sure that it says anything pertinent. I think it's they're just saying like, sorry to whoever lives here, I can't let any secrets go uncovered, blah blah blah, but it's from the gardener. I think that so this game, at least as I understand it, I'm not sure what the person who wrote it wrote up the game, his native language is, but I'm pretty sure that it's not English, because there's an English what do they call them? Proofreader, that's right, an English proofreader for this game. And then there's also still some botched lines in the game that don't really make sense or are grammatically incorrect. So of course we put the rope on this little well thing, and then we get ready to climb down. Typical adventure story shit. Now because we had the flashlight, we have a little light on the end of our arm. We can go ahead and, I guess, grab this note. It's the last note of the gardener's thing. Of course you can't really read that. So he's like, yeah, I took care of plants and stuff, and if you're reading this, it's my last words, and if you want to know the truth, take this key, but if you want to be a sane guy, do not. So here's unfortunately his corpse. He had passed away. Rip to the gardener. He gardened until his very last day. And then we got a key. So now I believe we can just get out of here. So this is, you know how we had like a tutorial for the first section? This is like a tutorial for this little section now, because it's like teaching us grab items and then interact with doors and this and that. I think this game also might have hit like a translation snag, because it's in some cases referenced to as the enigma of the Salazar house, instead of the horror of Salazar house, as it was like, I don't really know, like, I can go to the itch.io like archive and maybe even the main page, and this still says the first one. So sorry, I'm getting thrown off by the game because we're actually getting into it. So before we continue on, this is exactly the same as the door which we just interacted with. Now we can move forward, grab this note here. Let's see. You who dared to enter and make the same mistake I did, come to the library and learn how to survive. So, guess what we're going to be doing? Headed to the library. I already know like the primary mechanics. This here is our save point, and we can go ahead and save if we'd like. And then here's like the wardrobes that we used to hide during the introduction sequence. We didn't need to hide, but I don't think we'll actually encounter an enemy before like getting to the library or whatever. So this is like a family portrait of everybody, which is really nice. Now we're gonna head to the left. You can kind of see rooms a little bit. It's kind of like one of those things where you gotta like squint maybe a little bit. And then there's also like these things that you can interact with. This is like a mannequin, for example. It kind of, you know, looks weird because it's breathing evidently, and there's a candle that you can extinguish. I personally recommend that you do not unless you want to see a game over screen. Oh, hey, look, there's pills. These restore the health in this game, but if you take 3 of them, then you die. So anyway, now we haven't encountered any enemies, thankfully. We're getting ready to go to the library. That isn't like a prelude to, you know, let you know that we're going to be encountering enemies in here, just that we're going to encounter enemies very soon. But anyway, so now we're looking at this corpse here. It looks like his face just gooped up and fell out. It doesn't look like he had killed himself with a firearm. It just looks like he's dead. But anyway, so the house is cursed. Once you're inside, you can never leave. Some kind of weird ritual is happening. The only way to get out is to disrupt the ritual. There's a book in this room. It's a black book from our little dream that we had. But anyway, we can back out now, and it's going to be on one of these bookshelves. It's on the left one, but if you read these books in order, it says you are never going to leave this place. You can't stop the ritual. If you were smarter, you would look behind you, but that's fine because we don't have anything behind us. So now we can interact with this left one here. Now this is something that's kind of cool. All of these books are references to video games. For example, this one here is about Faith. It's really cool. The Faith the game. The Fifth Shift. I'm not sure what this is. I don't think I've played this game. Paranoia Heaven. I'm not sure what that one is either. Spaghetti Tower is, I can't really think of what it's called, but it's out right now. It's like the Wario kind of game. September 1988 is the supposed to be the bite of 87 or whatever, so it's like a Five Nights at Freddy's book. World of Terror, I think it's a World of Horror, which is like a cult kind of old school RPG that has a lot of art style like this one. I'm not going through every one of these, so don't feel too bad about that. There's like The Binding of Isaac, which is crazy. Hotline Texas is Hotline Miami, and hey, look, there's the black book. Now we can back up and take a look here, and oh my goodness, they're gone. Anyway, I guess now we'll go ahead and read the black book. Now this red screen usually means that we're being hunted, so we might get stabbed. But anyway, so now that we have the book, we are cursed. That's, you know, evident, I suppose. We're linked to the revival ritual, some kind of revival ritual. So to regain our freedom, we have to deliver 4 sacrifices. We have to turn off 4 candles. So then it gives you like tutorial kind of stuff on who you know, how you can get the sacrifices to work. Like the wisest soul, remove her last link to reality. For the kindest soul, make it remember its most beloved. And I don't know, so I didn't find it very helpful. I found it more helpful to like kind of collect the stuff and then to you know, collect all the stuff that you need and then kind of interact with the puzzles because they become evident. But like this book, in my opinion, isn't very helpful. So now I'm going to turn on my map again because I think we're about to get hunted. This red, like I said, usually indicates that we're being hunted. So I'm going to... Hey, there she is. So this one anyway. I'm going to try and play this fairly carefully. But anyway, we're being hunted, of course, as is evident. So I'm going to close the... Yeah. So she laughs. That means that she just attacked. Now I can open it up. Oh! Just in case you were curious, I could not open it up. That was very loud on my side. Alright, well, there's also like a tutorial note that says don't close these things for too long. So, but anyway, we got a wheelchair. So this is like an old person's room. We got like a safe, a bed. This is most likely the grandma's room that we'll run into later. We got 2 pill bottles, which is good, and a bookshelf. Now the safe we can't open without a key. Safe. Need a key for this. Now, I kind of feel bad because like this Let's Play kind of seems sort of like rushed, but that's honestly how you kind of have to play the game a little bit. Oh yeah, we're already being hunted again. Let me get in this wardrobe. This time, I guess I'm just going to hold on the being attacked button a little bit more. So anyway, she's out there. You just hold this until I guess it goes to the light pink again. Yep, now she's far away, and she could attack multiple times like it looks like she's getting ready to. I'll just go ahead and shut that again. Yep, and now we'll wait till it to go back to light pink again. So honestly, it's kind of a sham a little bit, but after that first attack, we probably will not get attacked again. So anyway, she looks like she's getting in close again. We'll close the door. Something I kind of like is that at least if you do get attacked while you're inside of the wardrobe, you take much less damage than if you get attacked outside of the wardrobe, which is nice. It looks like she's being really, really, really aggressive, so I'm not gonna, let me see, it looks like she might be gone. You really don't want to step out and get stabbed by her. That's almost as bad as just getting fadoodled anyway, but so this door should be locked, I think. Yep, there's a series of locked doors that we'll have to kind of come back and do. Anyway, this guy, unfortunately, has hung himself. I'm going to go ahead. There's another save here. I'm going to go ahead and get it out the way. We're going to go to the right, open this door. So now there's a hole in the wall that seems to be calling to us in this bathroom. I kind of like it. It reminds me of Silent Hill 4. I don't know if it was meant to be like a homage or a reference to. You can see there's like a little gold thing down the way. We've got our first ending coming up here. I haven't ever gotten this ending before, so I'm interested to see like what it is actually. But you grab the well, I guess we got to get a little bit closer first. You grab the key, and then nice, we got it. But you can see that we can still keep going forward for some reason, and then your guy's even like it feels so, warm. It's like, I'm glad that we're going forward or whatever. So we go, whoa, and we come all the way out to the end. Hole's getting smaller and smaller. What? This almost looks naughty a little bit. Keeps me going. It looks like it's getting tighter. It reminds me of, ooh, feels like you can't go back. Yuck, this is gross. Oh, but they're stuck in this hole now. This is scary. Anyway, this is the first of the endings that I'm going to show. They have to keep moving forward to escape. It reminds me of a Junji Ito book. Oh my goodness, renowned author and his family disappeared. A reporter was sent to investigate the mansion where the family lived, and then they were never seen or heard from again. That happens on a lot of the endings that are just out and out death. So yeah, Obsession, ending 0 of 8. That's very funny. At least we got that one done. I'll see you back at the hole. Alright, so we got the key again, and now we just back out of the hole. The only reason I'm including this here instead of showing me outside of the hole is to kind of show you that watch, we pop out, and then it's just gone off of the walls, so kind of weird. Anyway, that key opens up a room. I don't think there's anything else that we need in here, so I'm going to go ahead and step out and maybe go to the left again. Also, don't put out any of these candles until you've done the respective puzzle, otherwise it's like pretty well instant death. So now I'm looking for, there we go, a little place for me to hide if need be. So there's some more stuff on the walls to interact with, but there's nothing really that interesting. An abstract painting, a baby painting, an easel, and then a window. Just basically saying what you might come to expect is like, oh, I can't leave or anything. Now, this room, I don't think that there's much for us to do here. I guess this got unlocked because of an ending that I did, but this is related to an ending that we'll do later. I've got to run to a one of these. Oh shit, she's in my hiding spot. Oh, we might get hit here. Going to the right. We're gonna try and get another hiding spot real quick. Nope, no dice. Looks like we're gonna get snagged. Maybe. Oh, come on now. Oh wait, we just hit this old woman. I think we're surely gonna get hit. Oh no, we didn't. Crazy. I didn't even know that interacting with like a set piece like that would despawn her, but I guess thank God. Here's a wardrobe. Unfortunately, we made a beeline. There wasn't much for me to talk about there, so something very important is in here. Well, let's take the blindfold first. That is important. There's also a bicycle in here, box, There should be, ooh, a medikit. I do need that, and a mannequin. Now I think we're getting close to the end here. There's a wardrobe, but we can't hide in it because it's full. So, and there's a mirror. Now we should be able to just leave. I want to investigate this little spot before the door to make sure that I have it all done. Oh, there's some children's toys. Now, if you go to like interact with the door, it just basically says that you can't until you turn off the 4 candles. So now we've explored pretty much like the outer perimeter, which is the way I kind of like to do these games a little bit. Oh yeah, what we had ran into before. Oh well, we're getting hunted. Maybe I'll show it in just a second. Let's get inside this wardrobe. I also feel like the further you are away from her, oh, wait a sec. Yeah, the further you are away from her, whenever you get into one of these wardrobes, the higher a chance you have of, like, completely negating her chase and then having to hide from her, which is nice. But anyway, this is like a chess set, and it seemed that Salazar, or not Salazar, but Jamie liked to play alone. So now there is something that I want to grab in here. Let's go ahead and save while we're on this side of the house, I guess. We enter into this store. There was a lot of stuff for us to collect in here. We've got matches for one. The stove has like a little interaction that we can do. We go to like open the stove door, and then whatever was inside of it just disappeared. So eerie, huh? Now we need a cup, and I don't think we can do anything with the pot. Nope. We can take a look at the refrigerator though. It's some kind of a drawing, I guess, whatever. I thought there might be some food in there, something that we needed to interact with, but now we'll head on over. Ooh, looks like we're being hunted again. Let's see if we can make it to that wardrobe without having to make a beeline across the whole house again. So we got into the wardrobe. Let's see if I can't find her. Well, nope, it looks like we've since lucked out, so I'm glad to see that. I should... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and interact with the old lady and do her puzzle. So we take, for the grandmother anyway, we blow her up nice and big. She's like looking at us. Her puzzle, you just have to blindfold her. And then we take her key, and then take a step back and go ahead and turn out her candle. Her puzzle's really, really, really easy. I think the more the house that you explore and the more these spirits that you get rid of, the more aggressive that lady with the knife is. I don't know that for certain, but I know it seems to be. Also the same way that like whenever you extinguish all 4 spirits, I think that you stop getting chased by the lady with the knife. So that's primarily what I'm waiting to do most of these endings for. Now this room, there's not much to interact with besides taking that carpet off of this little hidey hole passage. That's how we can escape later if we'd like to. I need to get my map up in case we get hunted again. I need to find another... Here we go. Here's a little chest that we can hide in, as well as a med kit and some pills. Now then, let's see, is this door locked? Let's see if I might have the key for it. I don't think that I do. Grandma's key does not open it, I know that for sure. How about the whole key? Aha, the whole key opened it, but we are being hunted now. Ooh, she's nearby. She's about a medium distance, so let's see if I can't find her. There she is. She'll be coming in here very soon. She's almost right on top of us. There we go. Close her. Let's wait for it to go pink again. Aha. See if it goes red one more time. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a full bore, hunt session by her, so that's alright. Comes with the territory. She's looking for us. I'd much rather... Let's see. Okay, looks like she's gone. We can go ahead and step out. That's what I'm saying by like the fact that this Let's Play has to kind of be so quick. Otherwise, I don't have like enough supplies, even with all the healing stuff, to make it to the, like, do all of this in a timely manner and then have enough supplies. But anyway, as we're a girl, she's like, this is what a teenage boy's room look like. Looks like we got Duke Nukem on the wall, and then like some kind of like a model, and it's like a beaten up dirty bed, and so we need some cologne, and we'll also grab the ball. And we can read this journal here. I don't think it says anything very pertinent. It's like something to do with their brother or whatever. They had like a dog that they loved and shit too. You can of course pause this at any time. I'm given like ample time and kind of cliff notesing it a little bit. But so there was like a boy and his best friend was like this dog or whatever, and it liked the smell of him, and it also liked to play ball with him. So hey, guess what 2 items we got in there? This plant is dying. I might do the achievement related to it. I might not. We'll have to see. So this room, we got a mirror fragment. I don't think there's actually anything to get in here. There's broken pipes, some hair and stuff. This is just basically a really gross and grimy room. Anyway, we're headed out. I need to find another closer... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, big uh-oh. Well, at least we know where she's at. Let's go left. Nope. We got stabbed. I won't lie, that spooked me just a little bit. On the bright side, well, I guess we should probably go ahead and heal up. We got enough med kits to heal up, so... There's a trash can. I don't know what that's all about. MBH's soul. Whatever. And also a sofa. I don't feel like I saw that during the play that I did of this game. Anyway, now, there's like a statue here too. It looks like maybe something that Jamie was working on that's unrelated to whatever this is. Anyway, we've got like this like weird primal kid. We can't interact with him yet though, so we're not going to do anything with him right this second. I'm not even like trying to explore really, because I know that there's not much to do up here. I'm kind of hoping I don't just run face first into her. I'm hoping we're far enough away I don't have to deal with her too much. Yep, looks like... usually, like, if you can't see her and she can't see you, then your chase isn't going to be that long. Again, this is all, like, not 100% fact. There was a guy who just disappeared. It's just kind of, like, things that I've, like, intuitive or, like, feels like the general feeling for me. Looks like there's a guitar here as well. Now, you can't, like, do anything other than get that little piece of information there. There's a baby on the floor. We're not to interact with that at all. It will kill us if we try to interact with it, as does a lot of random shit in this game. It's a broken mirror. Take note of that. It's not important. It's more important that we avoid it, actually. Oh god. Oh my goodness, she stabbed us again. I won't pretend that didn't spook me. But we're getting like a fair bit of stuff done here. I might actually go ahead and take one of the pills. Yeah, that's good. At least that'll keep us from insta-dying if we run into her again. Aha, there we go. This is something I wanted to see. So you can interact with this hole in the floor, and you'll see like a guy's face on it or whatever. Pretty spooky stuff, huh? Anyway, before we explore that last little bit there, I want to go up to, I think is this room locked? It is locked, so we're not going to interact with that just yet. We're going to go to this here, the grandmother's room, and then of course we got the old grandmother's key, which we can now use to open the safe, and hey, there, we got a music box. So we can do, actually, all of the rest of the, spirits now if we would like to, and guess what, I would like to. So looks like we're being haunted. Let's see if I can get to the wardrobe real quick. There she is. Alright, so she's far away, closing in. There she goes. She's right there for the attack. Nice. I don't know what there's like a tutorial note that says like don't close it for too long or she'll smell your fear, which leads me to believe that like if you close it for too long that she would just like attack you even though you're hidden. So that's why I don't close it for very long. I don't really have any confirmation of that. The only reason that I know that she attacks whenever she laughs is because the dev actually said it in the on the Steam forums that I was reading about this game. I forget why. I think it was somebody complaining about the difficulty, because at least as I understand it, this game was generally a lot harder before whoops. I guess maybe I should try to run left. I don't know if I'll be able to make it out in time. Ew, she's picking up speed. One more. Where is it at? There it is. Hey, we just got it just in time. We'll go ahead and close it. Open it up again. There we go. I was worried that she might kill us as close as that she was on our tail. It almost looks like she just passed us, which is also another thing that can happen. It's crazy how, like, with one enemy, they have kind of like a dynamic AI. Now, it's not like that special, I don't think, like, unique, but it is interesting again how dynamic that the AI is. So this is a mannequin. May not look it, but this is actually the mannequin of a dog, which I did not realize. So we can put cologne on. I think, yeah, it's now on us. So we can talk to this mannequin now, and it's like kind of interested in us because of the cologne. And now we can give it also the ball here. Oh, and it starts to cry. It was a good boy, huh? But, so now it's disappeared, and we can turn out the candle for here, too. I guess probably the next one of these to do would be the top left one. I just, I think it would probably... the top left one, whenever we complete it, ends us up in the bottom right corner of the map, which is where the last little thing is anyway. So let's see if we were able to avoid her. I'm gonna say probably not. Oh, there she is. I almost left the closet. It looks like we're good. So and he also gives us the key to this last locker room that we need. This is Jamie Salazar. So now let me go ahead and save here, because this is like an area that you can die. So we go ahead and hit the candle, right? And now he disappears. Now you'll start to notice a little creeping figure that comes up from the left side of our screen. We have to use our moves very wisely, or maybe efficiently might be the word, because you've got just enough moves, as I understand it. You have to take him to see a picture of himself, as the black book says, and then show him himself. Near the top left, if you remember, there was a broken mirror. Do not take him there unless you want a game over screen. Now, we've seen the family. He's very close to attacking. And we take him to this mirror. So he's seen his family, he's seen himself. Now we walk away. Lovely. And that's Jamie for you. He loved his family, if nothing else. So now he should drop a key here as well. We've got 3 out of 4 of the flames extinguished, which is nice. Now we go down, and we've got the kid here. And then, of course, he's very feral. And his little tutorial note said that he likes to listen to music. So, hey, there we go. We'll play him some music from the music box. I haven't ever gotten his death scene, actually, so I'm kind of interested to see what it was. Maybe I'll look at somebody else's video on it, because he looks extremely feral. Now we can go ahead and turn out the candle there, and we get moved to like a little dream sequence. You can I think this is from like his perspective, as I understand it. I'm not really the most up to date on the lore. Also, there's like a weird eye symbol, which will come up later. I'll show you. Anyway, there's like things you can interact with here. There's like a desk, a thread basket from like that kid's grandma, a dog chain, a ball that the kid or that the dog likes, some painting. And then there's like a shadow of somebody, and it's evident that like the kid hates it or whatever. And I think that this is like the kid that was in the cage. There's like a little kid, and then there's like Jamie, and I think that they're brothers. And then they had like a dog, and then this woman that they lived with, and an old woman. But that's kind of like the gist of what I understand about the story anyway. But anyway, this person's like, you deserve hell, and then you're like, wait, what? And then he's like, oh wait, you're not somebody who I thought you were. Anyway, later. So that kid is done. Now I think that this should mean that we are not being hunted anymore, which is kind of what I wanted. I'm going to go up and save near where we can get a bunch of endings here in just a second, because firstly I have to navigate you to where we're going. Again, I don't think we're being hunted anymore, which is really nice. It's kind of crazy. This game took me an hour and a half the first time I beat it, I saw. It felt like it was a much longer game than that. So the first thing, now that we're not being hunted, I'm going to go ahead and use the hang key on the door. We open it up to see what's inside, and it's Jamie's little writing room. Oh, how weird. These are all the books written by him. Could you imagine writing all those books in your life? They're all horror books, I think. It's just weird to me to think that, like, you could write that much or have that much to say. It's wild. But there's a photo of his family. You can tell how much he loved them. And there's some papers from Jamie's book that was in progress. This is his writing. He said, the girl found a trap door that could lead outside, but it was locked. After reading the page, she realized there was a key on the wall, and without lifting the curse, she couldn't escape. She was going after her. So it's kind of like letting you know that until you put out these flames or whatever and these candles that you can't escape through a hatch, which is the same hatch that we saw earlier. Next is the ending extravaganza, though. The first ending that we're going for is one that I actually haven't seen yet. So we are going to go up to this room that had all this blood in it. And there's a pillar here. We can read a little thing about it. It's got a note. It says, you want to meet me? Then surrender your soul. Put your hand into the hole next to this contract 3 times. After that, enter the blood hole. So, and then it has our name and it's signed, the dreamed prince. So we put our hand in it. We lose 35 health. We'll go ahead and do that again. And then also, I'm going to go ahead. We have to like take a med kit. Nice. And then we'll put it in there one more time and we can live it. Very cool. So we can go through this hole that's in the ground. We just hop in it, I suppose. Whoa. Oh, that's us. Sorry, it went all blood red and I wasn't quite so sure who we were. So they were in a bloody hole. They tried to swim, but they couldn't move their body. It was heavy, too heavy. Yuck. I suppose if you were sinking to the bottom of a blood hole, you would probably feel like you were dying. All that, yuck. But then the voice says, open your eyes. Hey, it's this guy again. And we ask where we are, which is a very good question. Like I say, I haven't gotten this ending yet, so we're asking who he is, and I think it's fairly evident that a devil. Oh, that's right. Devils don't give away their names, do they? He might not say what his name is, but he does say what he is, which is even scarier in my opinion. And we say, where are we? On the other side of the hole. Now, if we're meeting a demon and we were on Earth and we went through a hole, when a ritual is in session, a hole that links the world is summoned. The worlds are summoned. Ooh, you know, this place is hell. Oh, well, that's awful. This is probably not going to be the most thrilling ending, huh? Oh man, they're in hell, and the devil says not to worry too much. Very funny that a devil would tell you not to worry much in hell. I remember, we're just recounting that they're from the dream, and of course we didn't remember it in character until we were here, so, and they're glad that we didn't forget about them, but I don't know. So we are some kind of a missing piece. I think we're going to get returned very shortly. Somebody by its own will had to enter the ritual grounds, and they just had to, this demon guy had to point us to the right direction, I suppose. The entrance note, the body of the library, the black book, that's all like his doing. So he's kind of like a puppet master, kind of. Our soul belongs to whoever this guy is. Send us back to our realm. What the hell? We're going to finish the forbidden ritual to revive this child. A child brought from darkness is really special. Oh, I bet. I think they call him the Antichrist. You're going to protect him with your life. I don't know all about this. This is pretty sus. And he's like, says we're going to have so much fun together. Ew. Yeah, so we're like an agent of hell protecting a demon, baby. Oh my goodness. How weird that is. So we just got ending 7, being possessed. So that's kind of cool, if not bad. I'll see you guys for the next ending. Alright, the next ending is super simple. All you have to do is take all of the pills. In this save, I've already taken 1 pill, so there's the second pill. And then if we take the third pill, oh shit, I guess we'll have to injure ourselves first. I'll get there and be back in 1 second. Alright, welcome back to the blood room. Courtesy of the devil, I hurt myself. So now then, we took the last pills and there is the ending. It's the overdosed ending. You can see we took all these pills, and of course not going to be good for us. I think that the art in this game is extremely pretty. But anyway, we just OD'd. And hey, there's that ritual woman over top of us who has the knife and stuff. Anyway, this is the same text as before. There was an author named Jamie, and then a reporter went to investigate, and They never came back. Ooh, how creepy. So, anyway, I guess I'll see you guys for the next ending in just a second. Alrighty, 3 endings down, 5 more to go. This is the first of the 5. You just take that key that we had gotten from the room that was all the way to the top left, Jamie's study, and we're able to unlock this passageway and leave. So we drove away without having known or discovered the answer to the mystery that was, the Salazar house. So it sometimes makes you wonder, were the answers more important than your own life? I don't know. All I know is if I had been in that house, I'd been scared senseless. I'd have been had to just leave. I thought based on Jamie's book that it would say that that woman would hunt me to the ends of the earth and then kill me, and I assumed that I would die here, but hey, well, Anyway, that's the 4th of the 8 endings that I've shown here. I will see you guys in just 1 second. Alright, so for the 5th one, this is pretty simple. We walk into this room and she's acting real weird in this topmost room. Just turn out the candle, and that is the 5th ending. She turns around and, yep, she kills you. So, and you get some dialogue here about oh, I don't know what this is, so you got out of bed. Yeah, it's like a dialogue between a kid and an adult or whatever, and I think it's between that kid and that woman. Anyway, they're like, have you seen a black book or whatever? And or maybe it's Jamie, I'm not so certain, but this text is relevant to it in that it's 2 people having a discussion about a black book or something. And the black book has been a focal point of this whole story. It was in the prequel, it was in, the main game. We have it in our inventory even. So, anyway, the woman says that she can bring this kid back or whatever, and Jamie doesn't seem like he wants to hear it. So he's like, no, he's gone. It seems like it was a miscarriage or otherwise a unfortunate set of circumstances that seem to have led to this child's death or whatever. But anyway, Jamie lost himself in his work, and this woman became obsessed with bringing the kid back. Basically, the whole family fell apart. Anyway, I believe, of course, she's gonna go through with this anyway. Now, it kind of gives some backstory on you get fed this story kind of piecemeal a little bit. And this was the 5th of 8 endings, so we've got 3 more to go. Anyway, I think, if I'm not mistaken, so she's going to the library to try and find that black book, I imagine. Anyway, so we are at 5 of 8 endings, so we're only got 3 more to go. I'll see you guys for the next one. So for this ending, you need to grab the cup that we got from the kitchen and fill it up in this bloody hole. So now you go and interact with this door to start the next little thing. She's got the fire, just don't put it out. You back up actually, and you go to every flame. I'll show you one of them. And where the grandma and the dog and stuff was, you have to go to their corner where the candles were and grab your matches and then light it. And so that's what I'm going to do for every single one of the candles, and then we go back to the main room. I'll see you guys in just 1 second. Also, while we're here, you can take that blood cup that you had and feed it to this plant, and then it does a little animation here, and it pops up that eye from that dream or whatever. It looks like a mouth here too, so kind of cute. Anyway, going back to lighting the fires, I'll be back. Alrighty, so now what you do in this room, since you've lit all the other fires and stuff, is you take the cup with the blood and you toss it on the back of her dress. You turn out the candle, and then you grab the matches again and you light it, and then so now we don't feel good or whatever. And I'm not sure. I'm sure it says like in the book or whatever what exactly that does, or like why that happens and shit. But we gave our body to that woman basically so that they could use it for this sacrifice or whatever. Now they were like in a trance kind of to bring back their family, maybe. Kazan, this is the dog, of course. I guess she did some awful things to the dog for Javier, who I think was her child's name or whatever. Now here's the grandma who had to see like all these atrocities and stuff. Now the next one is the that boy Gabriel, who, you know, obviously hates us or whatever, and we say, oh, I'm sorry. It's crazy how quickly these villains are to regret the awful shit that they've done. Now, unfortunately, here's Jamie, who seems to have killed himself or whatever. Anyway, this woman's like, I'll fix everything once I have Javier. Like, let me fix him first, and then I'll fix you, and then we'll fix your brother, and then we'll fix your grandma, and then the dog. But anyway, so now, instead of the baby being here, there's like a corporeal being, like a ghostly apparition or something. This is the devil from earlier, so it's interesting. He, like, you know, takes this baby or whatever. We can't even move, but as part of like his services to bring back the baby, he's gonna go ahead and take it. And I guess our character's name was Isabel. So there is the 6th of 8 endings. We've got one more to go, and then we'll have had well, we've got 2 more endings to go, and then we'll have them all. See you in just 1 sec. Alright, so ending 7 is the same thing pretty much, except you don't put the blood on her dress. You just take the matches, put out the fire, relight the fire, and then it, like, you know, causes her to become like a net ethereal, or basically just not be here anymore. Now there's a little bit of a sequence that follows this. You can see that she's finally gone or whatever. Now the way that I have edited this, you may not be able to tell until we get particularly close, but there's like a baby fussing a little bit. Yeah, it's getting particularly loud now. And then there's the, I don't know what you would call it, a sacrament circle or what, but talks about, like, you know, we found this baby and it had a note on it. We don't know who wrote it. That's kind of interesting, and you'll see why in a sec. It just says, take care of him, which is kind of interesting because, you know, I didn't get that ending before where we got possessed and stuff, and we have to watch over this baby because it seems like it's the Antichrist or whatever. But now that I've gotten that ending, it seems like, you know, that's probably written by that devil or whatever. But anyway, so now we're recounting our time there, and they're like, I wouldn't even have believed it if it wasn't for the fact that there's a baby in my back seat. And so now she's gonna want to write a book about it and stuff, and she hopes that somebody can destroy this black book. And then her last couple closing lines here are talking about she got a scoop and a baby, and she's like, oh my goodness, I wonder what my family, especially my dad's gonna say about it. Which is funny. But anyway, that was ending 7 of 8. So we've got one more ending to go. I'll be back here in just 1 second. Alrighty, so I had to look into it a little bit, but it turns out that there's one ending that I missed. The guide that I used actually didn't even reference this ending, so I'm kind of surprised. What you have to do is take the key and unlock the first gate door that we were at, if you do remember. And then instead of walking into the gate, you walk all the way back to your car, and then you try to leave. It's called the Lost Keys ending. She says, where are my keys? I know they were in my pocket. And then... oh my goodness. So that has been the 8th out of 8 endings, and then there's one secret ending, I guess. So, and this, of course, is just the normal, text. Jamie disappeared, and then Alyssa disappeared. So, anyway, I'll be back in 1 second with the very last ending. I'll see you guys in 1 minute. Alright, so this is the very last ending. What you have to do is to have all the other flames extinguished and then reignited, except for the first one. Go in. And of course, you have to have all of the other endings done that I've now did. And you read this letter first. We grab it and then read it. I haven't read it yet. Oh, we cannot read this yet. So I guess we are going to extinguish the candle. This is an ending I haven't got to do yet. So we put that fire out and then light another one, and she's, faded away into nothing. Then we continue on like we did before. It looks like this is the exact same as the that baby ending. There we go, and then we just move to pick it up. Oh, hey, this is a little side. My dear Javier, my dear son, I'm going to commit a sin that I never in my life I would imagine I would do. I want you to know that I do not seek forgiveness for what I'm going to do. Since I was a little girl, the only thing I wished for was a family. I wanted to marry someone that I loved and have a child with him. Ooh, oh no. You preface all the bad things you do with how the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Once I met Jamie, I knew he was the one who I wanted to share my life with. I met his family, his grandmother and brother, and even their dog. The only thing missing from my ideal life was you. Yikes. Once I got pregnant, I felt like the luckiest woman in the world. My dream was coming true. This song sounds familiar. I can't remember a happier moment in my life than your birth. We were all so happy that you were a part of our lives. Oh, so it must have died after the fact that it was born. Something like sudden infant death syndrome, like SIDS or something. Without you, I felt like there was a hole in my heart, a pain that I've never felt before. Rip. So a letter to the boy. The family that I wanted for so long was taken from me. It felt like it was a joke, and God was the only one laughing. Yikes. When we went to the hospital, no one understood our pain. You are still young. You should have another, they said. We didn't want another. We wanted you. We love you. Damn. Oh, the fucking music box. Once I found the black book, I knew I had to bring you back. It's going to be my last act of rebellion against the one who dared to laugh at our dreams. Yeah, it's the fucking main theme. I'm an idiot. It's just like a music box version of it. If by any chance you're reading this letter, it means that I succeeded. I know that you won't be alone. I have the feeling that whoever is taking care of you, it will give you the same love I would. Okay. That's another one of those translation things. Please, Javier, be happy. Please live a fulfilling life. Oh, that's sweet. And please don't forget, your family loves you. Goodbye, my son. Alright, so no PSs or nothing. Oh, okay. I do like the fact that we get to see some sidecar action here. It's unique from the other endings. I guess this is the sweet, endearing ending after we got all that other stuff done. I guess this was a pretty good story all in all. So, provided there's no spooky stuff here at the end. Nope, looks like there isn't. So ending 8 of 8. Nice. So considering that there was an ending 0, I guess that there's technically 9 endings, 0 through 8. And there's one more thing that I want to show here at the end. If you go to the main menu in the bottom right, this is what you can use to like track your endings that you've gotten. And we've got all of the candles lit up. Whoops, if you click on these, you can also revisit the endings, just in case he was curious. But that seems to be all that I wanted to show. As usual here at the end of the game, I just want to say that I had another pretty good time with this game. Oh yes, here we go, the secret notes. That's what I came here looking for. The first secret note, oh god, red on red. This was the note made for a prior game version. If you haven't read this one, please do. Congratulations on getting all the endings. I hope you enjoyed my game. going to be a little more personal. Okay, well, this is all about their personal touches. If it really wasn't such an ugly pink on red, I would read it, but it hurts my eyes to read, so I'm just flipping through it, and on the off chance that you'd like to pause and read it, please do. So that is the first of the secret notes. Now we've got one more to light up. The second secret note is an updated one for the Steam version. Oh, okay, so this is an updated note for, whoops, I accidentally clicked off of it. I wanted to kind of see it lit. I guess that was my fault. But this one's for the Steam version. I guess here at the end, as usual, I'll give my thoughts of the game. Sorry this one seemed so kind of cobbled together. It's just that I knew going into this game that I'd have to play it kind of fast, and I guess I should have prefaced this Let's Play with the fact that this was going to be a very fast one in terms of like the content. It just probably felt like I was just pelting you with the content and like what we were doing as this video went on. I hope that it isn't too jarring for you. I really enjoyed this game, and I'm glad to be doing that the collection from that publisher. That probably won't be the next non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's Play that I do, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to be touching into these games from now on because they got some new ones coming out that I'm kind of excited for. But anyway, that's been the Horror of Salazar House. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even though it was a little bit rushed. I hope that it helps you get all of the endings and stuff that you may be missing out on. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later!